Welcome, everyone, to a little bit of light awaiting Mashiach. Last week we began the third chapter of the Chavetz Chaim's work, Tzipisel Yeshua, and the Chavetz Chaim was making the point that if we are, every day we say to Hashem, we hope for Hashem, we say to Hashem, we hope to you, Hashem our God, to see quickly see the glory of your strength. Meaning, every day we hope that Hashem will reveal His divine presence and bring Mashiach. And the Chavetz Chaim says we have to make sure that we are always truthful, especially when speaking to Hashem. And that means that if we are truly waiting, and we're saying that we're waiting, it needs to be true. And the Chavetz Chaim says, well, if it needs to be true that we're really waiting, then we need to be preparing. We need to be getting ready. And the way he talks about getting ready is to study the laws, what we call kachim, the laws of holy object, the laws of holy matters, the laws of sacrifices, the laws regarding the Beis Hamikdash, the holy temple. If we're truly waiting for Mashiach to come, then if we're really waiting, then we need to get ready. And that's the way to get ready. To get ready means when all these laws will be relevant, we need to be ready. And the Chavetz Chaim, now this is what we mentioned last week. Now the Chavetz Chaim continues on this, and he says, all right, that, perhaps we can give the benefit of the doubt to the general people as a whole that they're not studying these laws, because they say, well, it's the Kohanim who need to know these laws. They need to know the laws of the sacrifice and the laws of the Beis Hamikdash. So they're the ones who need to know it. And that's why the rest of the Jewish people aren't studying it so much. Now, the Chavetz Chaim says we can give them the benefit of the doubt, which doesn't mean that it's a necessarily correct point, because if there's plenty of laws of the sacrifices that we need to know because we're bringing them. There are plenty of laws of the Beis Hamikdash that we need to know because we're going to be going there. So we may not need to know as much as the Kohanim, but there are things that we need to know also. But if you want to give if we want to give ourselves the benefit of the doubt, so to speak, we could say that, well, it's incumbent upon the Kohanim to know these laws. Says the Chavetz Chaim, okay, so Kohanim, you need to know the laws, because you're going to be the ones that are going to be serving the Beis Hamikdash. And as the Chavetz Chaim points out, and any day Mashiach can come. And since Mashiach can come any day, Kohanim, you need to be ready. If you're not going to be ready, it's going to be pretty embarrassing. Now, the Chavetz Chaim's point that he says that every day Mashiach can come, he brings a proof to this. The proof comes from the fact that the Talmud in Eruvin says the following. There is a law of Nazir, which means if a person declares themselves to be a Nazir, a Nazirite, that now prohibits them from drinking wine, cutting their hair, becoming tamei, ritually impure from a dead body. All these things become forbidden. Now, if a person makes the following statement, Hareini Nazir b'yomish ben David ba, I am hereby a Nazir on the day that Mashiach comes. That's what he says. So, what's his status? Aser b'chol yom nishleis yayin. Every day he's allowed to drink wine. Sheba yavai hayom. Maybe he's going to come maybe he's going to come today. Every day there's a possibility he's going to come. So every day this person can't drink wine, because every day may be the day he becomes a Nazir. So you see that one has to seriously take into account that every day Mashiach may come. And therefore the Kohanim who need to know the laws, need to be able to do the service, they for sure need to get ready if they are serious about waiting, which we need to be, because or else we're not being truthful. We say to Hashem every day, therefore we hope for you. Now, the Chavetz Chaim continues that the truth is that definitely it's incumbent upon the Kohanim, but it's also incumbent upon Torah scholars, because it's going to be the responsibility of Torah scholars it's going to be their responsibility to teach the Kohanim. Not all the Kohanim are going to be able to study all these laws on their own. They're going to need people to teach them. As a matter of fact, the Talmud Yerushalmi says, the Chavetz Chaim brings down the Jerusalem Talmud, the fourth parak of Tractate Shkolim says, that Talmidei Chacham Yuleimdim im Kohanim, it were Torah scholars who would learn with the Kohanim the laws of slaughtering, the laws of catching the blood, the laws of throwing the blood, the laws of what the Kohanim needed to know for the sacrifices. They were taught by Torah scholars. So that's going to be true also when Mashiach comes. When the Kohanim need to be taught, who's going to be responsible to teach them? The answer is the Torah scholars. And as the Chavetz Chaim says, there's going to be a lot of sacrifice that have to be brought then. People are going to come from all over to Eretz Yisrael, to the Beis HaMikdash. The Beis HaMikdash will be now open for karbanos, and all the sacrifices that we need to have brought from before Mashiach comes, we're going to have to bring now. For instance, if let's say we have something happened that would obligate us to bring a Thanksgiving offering. Okay, well, before the Mashiach comes, before the Beis HaMikdash is rebuilt, we can't do it. Once the Beis HaMikdash is rebuilt, now we got to do it. If let's say there were times that, God forbid, we sinned unintentionally in ways that because of that, when there's a Beis HaMikdash, we have to bring a sin offering. Well, the fact that we sinned when there is no Beis HaMikdash means that, okay, we can't bring the sacrifices. Doesn't mean we're not obligated. So once the Beis HaMikdash is rebuilt, we become obligated. There's going to be a lot of people coming to bring sacrifices. And the Kohanim are going to need to know what to do. And the Kohanim are going to come running to the Talmidei Chacham, to the Torah scholars to teach them. And if Torah scholars haven't learned themselves, again, it's going to be a big problem. It's going to be it's going to be humiliating for the Talmidei Chachamim, and it's going to be a problem because of the fact that it takes time to be able to teach these laws. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. And therefore, in order to make sure that everything is going to be running smoothly, the Talmidei Chachamim already now have to be ready to be able to teach the Kohanim when the time comes. Because again, if we're serious about that we want Mashiach to come, and that we're hoping for him to come, and we anticipate that he's going, and we anticipate his coming, which, as we just said, can happen any day, then if we're truly hoping for his coming and anticipating that, then we need to be ready. Because when he comes, there's going to be a lot of things that we need to know. There's going to be a lot of things that we need to know. The Kohanim are going to for sure need to know. The Torah scholars, the rabbis are going to have to be able to teach them. And therefore, again, if we're really waiting, we need to get ready. And the Chavetz Chaim is stressing, how do we get ready? By learning the laws of Kachim, by learning the laws that pertain to the sacrifices and the Beis HaMikdash. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful Shabbos. This has been a little bit of light. Thank you for listening.